Hello friends, I am Dr S Z Jafrey. I am a pulmonologist and allergist. I am practicing in Indore. Today we would be discussing about how to perform skin prick test. As you know, allergy is a very common phenomenon and often we have to know what is causing allergy, exactly the trigger which is exciting the inflammation of allergy. So it is very important to identify that particular airborne particle or a food. So we would be doing skin prick test demonstration for letting you know how to perform a standardized skin prick test. So this is very important that when patient comes to you, you should take first a written consent, and it should be informed consent. That means it should be in a communicable language. Patient should be able to understand in his own language that what you are telling. After the consent, although it is a very safe procedure, but consent is essential. After the consent, you take the patient and you initially clean the skin by alcohol or spirit. This is actually done for two purposes. One is if somebody has applied some kind of a cream or oil that gets removed, or there is any kind of a bacteria or virus that is also get cleaned. After cleaning, we let the skin dry for some time. After that, patient has to be sit or lie down in a comfortable posture. Patient can lie supine or prone depending on your own choice, or he can sit on a table and chair. It is seen that table and chair is not that comfortable. The way patient lie down, it becomes much more comfortable. Test can be done even on the children who are having a very low age, maybe from 6 years onward. But in literature, we also find that skin prick test can be performed even as low as 2 years of age. It's one of the very safest procedure, so you should not worry about it. And the quantum of allergen used to diagnose are also very low, so they don't initiate any kind of sensitization. So first we clean the surface, after that we mark different allergens, and then a stillate is taken. Either you take a blood stillate or you take an actual skin prick stillate. Blood stillate is a 3 mm and skin prick stillate is a 1 mm. The 1 mm stillate is the most ideal. You can go perpendicularly and you can puncture the epidermis. If you are using a blood lancet, then you have to go oblique so that you don't puncture dermis, you only puncture the epidermis. Please remember, when you puncture the dermis, you get a blood, you get a pain, right? And if you do not touch the dermis, you only touch the epidermis, which is the uppermost part, patient doesn't get a pain and doesn't get a blood. So there is no chance of false positivity. So this specificity of doing tests in a way that epidermis is being punctured, not the dermis, is very important, and that is what to be learned. If you are using a 1 mm stillate, which are not easily available, then it is very easy. If you are using a blood lancet, it will be little tricky, which you have to learn over the experience. I'll be taking the lancet and I'll be telling you how it is to be done. After the puncture, you have to wipe out the extra allergen liquid, and we have to wait for 15 to 20 minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes, we do the reading of induration. This induration is checked diagonally and vertically in both directions, and that is being noted. And that is being compared with the positive control, which is histamine, and the negative control, which is a normal saline. And their induration is also compared with the test, and then the interpretations are done. So friends, we are now going for the performing the skin prick test. During a skin prick test, I'll be telling you how different things are being done. So come with me to our allergy test suit. So when we are performing the skin prick test, it is very important that patient lies comfortably on a couch so that patient remains mentally comfortable. We are going to perform the skin prick test on both arms, which is the most commonest practice nowadays. It can be done on the back. That is a better preferable choice. So right now we are going to perform the test on forearms of the patient. The consent has been taken. So my technician will now clean the skin by the sprit, so that any grease or oil or cream is there, or any kind of a dirt, infection, bacteria, virus are there, they get cleaned. There's a standard protocol for the procedure. Uh, we should wear all gloves, that's very important. So the swab is taken and the cleaning is being done on both the arms. One could get them shaved, so the excess hairs get removed and you get a proper clean skin, right? First of all, I am going to put this tape. This tape will help us to put the numbers. First, I am going to label the controls, the histamine, which is a positive control, then a negative control. Then we are going to do a different allergens. There are different group of allergens which are being performed. First is dust mite, house dust mite. So we have D. farini, D. petronius, and storage mite like blomia. Then we go for the pollens. So we segregate pollens into perennial and seasonal. Then we have molds, insect droppings, and denders. So this is a usual battery. In other battery we have foods. So right now we are going for the pollens. So this is the control and number are going to be. Please remember, we have to avoid this area because the vessels are very superficial. Similarly, this flexor aspect of the wrist is to be avoided, because here if you prick you don't get an induration properly and the blood vessels are superior. So these areas are to be avoided, this one and this one. The kits are like this. There are different allergens in the different bottles. It has a small dropping through which we can put a drop. So they all are coded with different categories. So we are going to perform tests as per these allergens. Okay. The numbering has been done. Now we are going to put drop of each allergen. After that we are going to perform the prick. Okay. So friends, you can see the allergens drops are being put one by one of each allergen. We are applying the positive control, which is histamine, and negative control, which is basically. So see, right now we are using blood lancets. They are disposable, and for every allergen you should use single lancet. You should not use one lancet for all allergens. Please remember, otherwise you are not going to diagnose properly and get a lot of false positivity. This blood lancet is basically a 3 mm lancet, you can see, and this 3 mm lancet should be used with this little angle. When you perform an allergy test, the angle has to be little oblique, and we will just puncture the epidermis and lift it like this, and that's it. Is being done. Now you see, my technician will do it. Friends, as you have seen that how a skin prick test is performed. There is one more way to perform a skin prick test, in that we use these wells. These wells are very simple and they have got a specific numbering. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 allergens can be poured inside, and this has a cover. So you can keep it in the refrigerator at the 2 to 8 degree of centigrade. So whenever you want to perform the LA test, take out this device, uncover it. This is a disposable prong which has a 8 stellates. It looks like this. You can see this. It looks like this. It has 8 different prongs, and all prongs, if you see very nearby, they all have a needle-like structure. So that actually penetrates the skin. So you have to just dip it like this. So your device is loaded with 8 allergens. Directly apply on the skin and little press it. So this actually punctures the skin, and remove it and discard it. After doing skin prick test, you have to wipe off the excess allergen. So take a tissue and just compress it so that the excess allergens that get wiped away and comes in your tissue. I would like to show you how the positive skin test is being seen. Please come closer. See, this is a positive control. If you measure by scale, this is almost 6 by 6 millimeter. And this allergen, which is negative control, is almost 1 by 1. Many times we are using this kind of a scale which has shown the circles. So circles can easily measure the size of induration. So this is almost 6 by 6. You can see. Okay. If you see the 6th number, this has a duration which is almost the size of 5 mm. You can see 5 mm. Okay. After that, if you see this 10 number allergen, please focus here. The size is almost 7 millimeter. So this is how test is being tested. So should be recorded. This should be recorded as well. 13 number. So these are actually positive readings. The negative readings are like, you can see 1 number, 2 number, they are negative readings. If you see the number 26, the induration is absolutely just 2 by 2 millimeter. Friends, if you can see the 10 number, the induration is almost more than 6, is almost 7 millimeter. So friends, this is ImmunoCap, which is very well known for specific IG estimation. This is a fully automated machine, and these are the allergens which are being used in the machine. I'm going to show you the second specific IG estimation machine. This is an Immolite, basically developed for autoimmunity. Very strong study machine, and these are the allergens which are being used. It uses a liquid allergens, and the method uses a chemical. Now question comes, how to differentiate a positive allergen or a negative allergen? So it looks very easy, but there are different methods described by different scientists. Some people label 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 plus accordingly. Some people label like anything more than negative is positive. But most accurate way is you should measure the positive control, how much millimeter it is, and how much negative control is. Suppose your negative control is 1 millimeter, your positive control is 7 millimeter. So 7 plus 1 becomes 8. Now divide this by 2. So 4 becomes the mean. So anything less than 4 should not be considered as positive, and anything more than 4 should be considered positive. This is most rational way of diagnosing positive or negative. Please try to avoid making 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 plus, because this is subjective. For some doctor, allergen can be 2 plus, but for some other it could be 3 plus. So it is better to measure into millimeters, and when you want to interpretation of these millimeters, the best way is to use the mean of positive control and negative control. That is the most accurate way. Thank you.